Hello and welcome to this edition of Follow Me to Africa. My name is Beatrice Achaleke. I'm your host, and in this program we intend to bring you this Africa, another Africa, the Africa of today, a very, very vibrant, enterprising Africa that probably no one is showing you. We will be speaking to people, presenting places, and just tuning you, bringing you into the Africa of the 21st century, which is that place where the future is happening. Okay. Today we're talking about Follow Me to Africa. Fabio, you followed me to Africa.
I did, yeah.
It's about discovering the African continent. It's about showing people out there the Africa that many people don't know. And so you've been here for the first time. What are your first impressions?
My first impressions were when I came here, I saw a lot of white people at the airport already. So I thought about, am I in Africa? Am I in Europe? I don't know. But then even far away we went from the airport, I saw more black people and I saw like African spirits, I saw the trees, I saw the nature, I saw everything. It looks beautiful, and on the second day even I thought about moving here already.
Who are you, Fabio?
I'm Fabio, I'm from Europe, from Austria, Vienna, and my dad's from Nigeria. That's where my African spirit came from. I grew up in Vienna. I've never been that far away from Europe, from Austria. I was once in Tunis, but yeah, it was like a long time ago when I was a child. So this is my first Africa experience I can think of, and it's really awesome. It's awesome.
So what made you really want to come to Africa and experience that identity or that cultural or that personal aspect of your identity?
The aspect that I get to know a lot of people from Africa, that I see how Africa really is, and not just like the image we get blown in our head from school or from TV, to make my own image of Africa, to see how it really looks like, how it really is, how the people really are, to maybe tell everybody that their stereotypes are wrong or that they are right. But they are obviously wrong, mostly. And also to maybe find a place to stay when I'm older, or maybe find a place to move, to work at, like getting to know people. Okay. And also help. I try to help. I really want to help because I got everything I needed, I wanted when I was young. And I try to give that back to other people who doesn't have the opportunity.
So you've been here for a couple of weeks. What have been your absolute highlight in South Africa?
Absolute highlight was yesterday. It was we've been to Sharpeville. Sharpeville, for the people that don't know Sharpeville, Sharpeville is like the place where apartheid stopped, where freedom began, because there were a lot of freedom fighters. The first one are from Sharpeville. We've been to a graveyard of freedom fighters. We've talked with the youth in Sharpeville. We started a mentoring program, and big things are coming up.
That's when the first youth uprising started in 1960, and 68 youths were killed in Sharpeville. It's a place that you want to visit when you're in South Africa. What other thing has really impressed you? What are the three most important things that you're taking back to Europe?
The three most important things are like the community, like all about the different ways to get to places, like the taxi, the Max taxi. It's interesting, and yeah, I got lost, but I found my way back home. Also the food is really, it's like, here already a lot of fast food chains, but the typical food is still one of the best food worldwide. It's also one of the healthiest food and one of the foods which give you everything you need. And the third part would be probably like the languages, the cultural differences in a country. Like we've got here 11 languages, and most people speak like at least 2 or 3 of them. English is obviously one of them. English, Afrikaans, Zulu, Xhosa, a lot of languages.
Yeah.
So these are probably the three parts I like most about South Africa.
So what was the biggest prejudice that you could break? You know, just being here, what is that image that you had of Africa and you got here? What are you taking back home as the new picture of Africa?
It's the lazy African. It's the lazy African that is really not how it is told in Europe or anywhere else. It's everyone, nearly everyone is up like at 8 a.m. even earlier, always working their asses off to get their money, to get their food. Sorry, to get everything they need, and it's really impressive. Even on Sundays they're working. In Austria we got nothing on Sundays. It's like everything is closed, everybody's sleeping. Yeah, it's impressive.
So here in Africa, we work, Fabio says 8 o'clock. You know, when I got here, one of my biggest surprises was that I get text messages at 5 o'clock. People are up and working here at 5 o'clock, and they work 7 days in a week, 8 hours a day. And so it's a new Africa when you get here. So if you have your impression of Africa, come here on the continent and get the real picture of the Africa of today. Will you encourage any one of your peers? You're obviously African European. Are you going to encourage any one of your peers to visit the continent?
I will encourage everyone I know to come here to visit this beautiful country, this beautiful city. Not just Cape Town, which is like probably the maybe one of the biggest holiday destinations, but Joburg. Joburg is like everything in Joburg and around Joburg is, I don't know how to say it, it's like impressive. It's more impressive than any holiday resort you can get to. All the buildings, different kind of buildings, like the townships, the stuff you can buy here, the food, the people, everything. You have to experience it on your own, and everybody has to. It's a must.
So this is a call for you out there. Fabio, follow the call, follow me to Africa, and he's here in Africa. He enjoyed it. He's definitely going to recommend it. And he could break through a whole lot of prejudices that he had as African European in Europe. And well, it's up to you to make your own experience. We do have a lot of packages for you. Okay, Fabio, you had a chance to explore so many places. You went to Soweto, you went to the theater, you went to Sharpeville, you went to the disco, to the club, you went to the cinema. You have been to many malls, so so many impressions you gathered.
Yeah.
What are you taking from there? Who did you become thereafter?
I think I became a little bit more an African, which is a dream. Especially Soweto is like one of the most in areas, but it's still not that what it could be. It's big. It's really big. I've never seen something big as Soweto. The houses, there's a diversity of houses, diversity of people, which you got like the really rich people in their big houses, with their fast cars, strong cars, and you got like also like sadly the poor people in their houses with metal walls. Yeah. The malls, it's like a country full of malls, just malls here. There's so many malls, so many big malls. We've been to Rosebank Mall. Also to Newtown,
then Sandton.
Sandton Mall, Sandton City, which is like one of the two centers of the city, like Rosebank and Sandton. In Sandton was also the cinema, which is impressive. I've never seen a cinema like this. It's like the biggest cinema I've been to, and the most beautiful cinema I've been to. The popcorn there is special. They got like different salts, different flavors. Like even the cinema rooms, like the rooms where they show movies, they're impressive. They're like gigantic.
You went to Braamfontein.
Yeah, we've been to Braamfontein.
Now you saw the difference, compared the difference between Sandton, Rosebank and Braamfontein. You know, the kind of activities that you find there.
Yeah.
What was striking for you there?
Braamfontein is like, in Austria we would say like a hipster place. It's a place where everything new comes up. they got different food stores, different like clothes stores, like their own people clothes stores, but also like big brands. We've been to like a Puma shop, and we've also been to like just a leather shop where they just sell like phone cases out of leather, homemade. Really cool. Even there are a lot of hairdressers, good hairdressers. I've been to one. I'm happy.
The cost of living, Fabio. You live in Europe. You have your euros. I see you keep converting the currency.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you to be here and compare the prices to the prices that you have in Austria?
So you can't even compare it. It's like the things that are made here, and the things like getting a haircut, or like getting maybe, I don't know, like bungee jumping or something. It's cheaper, way cheaper than in Austria. Like the prices of the big brands like Nike shoes are a little bit the same, but even cheaper here. The thing is that, like, let me give you an example. I got to the hairdresser, and in Austria I would normally pay like 10 up to maybe 80 euros. And this is in rands. 10 euros are like 150 rands. And here I pay just 30 rands. 30 rand for like washing, getting a haircut, and getting a shave. It's really, there is a big difference. But they do a very good job, really good job, and the cost of living here, I think it's it's nothing. It's nothing compared to Austria. In Austria, you have to pay a lot of rent. Here, you can focus like on things like foods or like drinks, something like entertainment, something like this.
So you see, Follow Me to Africa, you can have a very high quality of life here with a less cost. That's the experience of Fabio. I can confirm that. So today we're all talking about South Africa. We're talking specifically about Johannesburg because that is the space where Fabio has been in the last couple of days. In our next episode, we will probably be taking you to other places, not just in South Africa, but out of the continent. You want to stay put when you hear this Follow Me to Africa. And we are committed to bringing you another Africa that no one else is showing you. The Follow Me to Africa travel experience, for example, we organize internships for people who want to do internships on the continent. If you just want to visit for your cultural identity, you're African, European, or African American, Follow Me to Africa has a package for you. And if you want to follow me back to the continent because you've been out there, well, we also have a very interesting package for you. And Fabio was here, he followed me, and I'm very happy that he did. Fabio, what is the message, the last message, if you had, let's say, 3 wishes free, what would they be?
Okay, maybe the biggest house here. It's just maybe get a visa and stay here. Build a company here and be here with my family and friends. It would be really powerful. Would be really cool.
Okay, so follow me is not just follow Beatrice to Africa, follow Fabio to Africa, and follow quite a couple of other people to Africa. The continent has got so much to offer. You have been watching an episode of Follow Me to Africa. Be there when the next episode is up. My name is Beatrice Achaleke. I'm the founder and CEO of Follow Me to Africa. And if you want to know more about our programs, visit www.followmetoafrica.co.za.